I don't even know. It was so lame. It was so lame. And then, like, the last half, it kind of goes back, goes to the classic.
So this is a prequel to the...
Yeah, it's like the founders of Kingsman.
So Rasputin is a founder of the Kingsman.
No.
He's the first villain?
He's a member of a group of villains.
Oh, so back at the Legion of Doom.
He's a part of the Legion of Doom. That's what I was going to say.
So basically, like, they kind of explain it a little bit. Like Kingsman, like they have like people around the world that kind of are in these important meetings. Like you got somebody in the White House that can spy for him, get information for him,
right?
And are friends with them. They got people in Russia and people in like just everywhere.
Oh, that's right.
Italy maybe, and like they just got like little like flies on the wall basically everywhere. And that's basically what this other evil agency has too. And Rasputin, he's in Russia. They have a person in the White House, and yeah.
Well,
what's another one? Germany. Because it's the beginning of World War One.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what sets it up.
Well, it sounds. Since it's on HBO, I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. It's on HBO. Yeah. But
I was just afraid because that movie was supposed to come out before COVID. Like this was supposed to come out like that summer COVID started, and I feel like they've released so many trailers for that movie that I've seen the entire movie. But yet we saw a trailer at the Spider-Man movie, and it looked good. But I'm just afraid that if you say it's kind of meh, but I don't know.
Yeah, the fight scenes are good, the choreography and stuff.
Yeah.
They use a lot of swords in this one, so it's really cool. But Rasputin, fucking hilarious. I love Rasputin.
I'll have to watch it.
He's like,
if I can get it in before
ballerina type dance and like using his sword. Oh, dude, it's so sick. It's sick.
I can get it in tonight.
And like his part was his whole saga ends in like the first like 30 minutes, 45, 30
Oh, so he's not even like the main...
Not in the... Yeah.
He's not in the whole movie?
No.
Like throughout the whole movie? Really?
Oh, I'm interested to see who's like the main bad guy then, because they played him up to be the main big bad guy, I thought. So, well, that's a good thing. What else? Oh, yeah, do you want to talk about Pam and Tommy real quick?
You're going to say welcome to another episode?
Oh, yeah, welcome to another episode of Who's Nerds Podcast.
Yes, I've been watching...
he was talking about it. Like,
I know, you better record it. So I've been watching Pam and Tommy, which is on Hulu, but I don't have Hulu, but, you know, I have ways around watching it. So it's about...
Like anything else.
Yeah, it's about Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee when they made the sex tape in the 90s. And you've got, what's her name? Lily what? She played Cinderella.
Oh, are you talking about the actor?
Lily James. Lily James plays Pamela Anderson. And she acts just like her. Talks just like her. Boobs are a little smaller.
How do you know Pamela Anderson?
Who doesn't know who Pamela
Who doesn't know who Pamela Anderson?
I mean, you're talking like you know her, like you know how she talks and stuff. I don't know how she talks.
Oh, because she was on Home Improvement forever. And she was on Baywatch.
She was Baywatch.
She was the original Home Improvement girl. And stupid me, she was at a car show in Orlando. And I was like, I don't need to meet her. Anyway, so,
wow.
Yeah.
Very tame of yourself right there.
I know, what a moron, right? Well, she was the Home Improvement girl. Like it was like...
Oh, it wasn't Pamela Anderson.
It wasn't Pamela Anderson we know now. It was Pamela Anderson, the Home Improvement girl.
Okay.
And then Sebastian Stan plays Tommy Lee.
Bucky.
And he freaking talks and acts just like Tommy Lee. I mean, he's got him down. He should win some kind of award, honestly, for
just being how close he is.
Because he is that good. It is like watching Tommy Lee. I mean, his mannerisms, the way Tommy Lee acts, his cadence in his voice, everything. Sebastian Stan's got it down pat. I've watched the first few episodes. Seth Rogen plays he plays this guy, and he's got...
he plays Seth Rogen?
No. He plays a contractor. He does the wood. He's working in Tommy Lee's house, and Tommy Lee fires him. So this is a true story. This is all a true story.
Is that how the?
That's how the video got out. He broke in and stole a safe, and it had the video in it, and he had hookups in the porn industry, and then that's how they got it distributed.
Oh, I never knew that. I thought.
Yeah,
no. For some reason, I always thought Tommy Lee dropped it.
No, it was stolen, and that's when the big deal came out about stolen videos, and this was before the internet.
This was before revenge porn became a thing.
Yes, yeah, it was before any of that, and there was no internet at that time, and it was the hottest selling VHS. I can remember when it came out. I've seen it. I didn't purchase it, but I've seen it. But it's bad, it's bad homemade porn is exactly what it is. But
that's what people look for sometimes. They want that amateur shit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the downturn is there's a lot of full frontal for Sebastian Stan, and he's got like a fake wiener because Tommy Lee is hung like a freaking horse.
A hog?
Yeah, it's huge, and so they had to do some work there. But I didn't really need to see that in the movie in this TV show. But it's on Hulu. I think it's 8 parts. It's really cool because it shows how it kind of tells the story backwards. It's like a Tarantino video or movie, where they start things off and then they go 2 months before, 6 months before, because they met up and got married. It was like a whirlwind. Pam and Tommy.
Oh, I know that, and then they didn't last that long, did they?
No, they had a couple kids, and then he started beating her, and then she left him. So.
Mm-hmm.
The end. No different than what he did with Heather Locklear, except him and Heather Locklear didn't have kids. So the end. But it's a great show. It's on Hulu. Check it out, or you can check it out on your Fire Stick or app on your TV that you've signed.
Or just Google it somehow, and I bet you can find it on Google somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
But watch it on Hulu and give them money.
Yeah, it's a good show.
So I gotta ask. So Mikey's having Popeyes for the first time. Mm-hmm. What did you get, Mikey?
Spicy chicken sandwich.
Good. I like their spicy.
They're out of pickles, but that's fine.
How the heck you run out of pickles?
They're out of a lot of stuff.
They're always out of stuff.
They're not as busy.
I went down. I went to Aldi's, and there's pickles right there. How hard is it? We're out of pickles. Well, they have here's money out of petty cash. Run down to Aldi's and pick up about 6 jars of pickles. It ain't hard.
Honestly, though, chicken sandwich great and all, but I had the spicy chicken a couple weeks ago. I think it's better than this one. I
wasn't sold on Popeye's chicken sandwich. I didn't know what the hype was.
I don't think the Popeyes isn't worth the hype. I think
the chicken is the fried chicken. I like their spicy fried chicken.
Their food's good. It's just it wasn't worth the 3-4 weeks we couldn't get close to the building because the line was wrapped around.
New place. Did somebody get shot over a Popeye's chicken sandwich though?
Not here.
No, but
somewhere. I remember
that chicken sandwich is not even worth getting stabbed with a paper clip.
So Kimberly and I went there one time. It was like when we first were able to go there. It was like our second time going there, and we wanted to try all their sauces, and we ordered a lot of stuff. We ordered 2 different sandwiches. We ordered some chicken nuggets. We ordered 2 their biscuits and their French fries. Their spicy French fries are pretty good. Their Cajun style French fries are pretty good.
They can be cooked more.
Yeah. But we wanted to try one of each of their sauces. And they didn't give us, they were like, okay, and then they didn't give us any sauce. I was pissed.
See, you can't beat Chick-fil-A. You ask for Chick-fil-A sauce, guess what you get? Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah, but they only give you 1 packet.
I only put it on my sandwich anyway, it don't matter.
Yeah, but when I ask, hey, can I get some ketchup, and they give me 1 packet of ketchup, that ketchup ain't going to last, because I use it on my French fries.
Where do you get 1 packet of ketchup from?
When I had my broken foot and I was going to Chick-fil-A every time I went to the doctor.
Didn't you go inside and eat though?
Yeah, they only gave me 1 packet of ketchup.
Oh, I was like, I need a couple. You got to.
Well, they were having supply issues with.
I guess so. Yeah.
Too, anyways. But
I use at least 2.
What?
Their nuggets are good.
Oh yeah. I still think Wendy's is better than nuggets than there, or the McNugs from right next door.
I don't know. I like these nuggets better than anywhere else. Though.
Have you had Arby's nuggets?
I had their wings.
Their nuggets are really good, but they have it's like weird. They have a 4-piece, a 7-piece, and a 9-piece.
See, that's just weird. That's like going to Chick-fil-A and getting a roast beef sandwich. That's the way I feel.
But Arby's has the meats. They have everything.
They have the. I don't know.
My dad went. So funny story.
Yeah,
my
fish
dad.
sandwich too.
They have the best fish.
Do they really?
Yeah.
That 2 for $6 fish sandwich?
Yeah, that's what during Lent I go there and get fish sandwiches a lot. But it's
Probably
hard.
better than McDonald's fish fillet.
Fish fillet sucks.
Yeah.
It upsets my stomach.
You gotta put cheese on it.
No.
Yeah, you gotta put cheese on it.
No. But my dad went to Arby's about a week ago, and they were out of They didn't have any roast beef.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Well, what they told him
issues.
was no.
Oh.
The night crew forgot to start it. So what happens is the night crew has to start cooking it the day before,
Right, that makes
and
sense.
the night crew forgot to start cooking it. So they just didn't have any ready. They were like, if you want to wait 30 minutes, we'll have some ready, but we don't have any right
heck
now.
yeah.
My dad was like, don't worry about it. Give me he got a ham slider, and their sliders are pretty good there anyways.
Arby's ain't bad. I like Arby's.
No.
I've never had anything horrible from Arby's. Like, they're just expensive.
Their crinkle fries are better than curly fries. I probably said this before.
Yeah, they got their crinkle fries.
Really? I always get mozzarella sticks. I think they get the best mozzarella sticks because they give you the sauce.
Yeah.
The whatever red
Marinara?
sauce. The marinara sauce.
Yeah.
The sauce.
The sauce.
The sauce. The marinara sauce. Yeah.
Okay.
White Castle close second with the mozzarella.
I don't like White Castle. I'm not a big onion. Hey, hold on. I think I've said this before. We've talked about fast food before. I don't like onion. I don't mind a little bit of onion, but I'm not a big onion fan. And since they put everything in onion and cook it in onion, and
it's so good.
I can't. There's just too much onion for me.
I had White Castle a few weeks ago.
I fight that craving
That
all the
next
time.
day, fuck, dude.
Now I know what.
I mean, I was.
Yeah.
It was like, trying to think of an analogy for gas. Like I was really
It's
expelling my gas.
It's because you don't eat it all. I'm the same way because I don't eat it all the time.
Great. Yeah, I know. It's like
Now I know what an alcoholic feels like driving by a bar. Is to drive by White Castle because I want it so bad.
And we live right around the corner.
I was gonna stop when I was coming home from track the other night, but I had too much food there.
Yeah, you got a whole free pizza.
Speaking of which, let's segue. So Speedway every year, I'll segue into this because it's quick and easy in that way. So they have 100 days till the Indy 500 party. And they send it to people who've gotten tickets, and you have to sign up fast because tickets are free, but they max out capacity.
Yeah, they only have so many available.
So they had 4 or 5 race car drivers there. They had Indiana's own Connor Daly,
I really want to meet Connor Daly.
who led
He
40
seems pretty chill.
led 40 laps last year at the Indy 500. Graham
I had
Rahal,
money on him winning.
Scott McLaughlin, Jack Harvey, and Dalton Kellett. I think we're all there. But so they make this announcement. Doug Bowles, he's the president of the Speedway, makes this announcement. He says, as you all know, we have flags that fly around the Speedway all the time. And he says, they get tattered and torn. We have to take them down and replace them. With it being the 106th year of the Indy 500 this year, they had 106 of these flags available for free. So I missed the whole question, the whole driver Q&A session, so I could run outside and stand in line. I didn't have a coat on. It's 20 degrees outside. And I'm standing in line to get one of these flags.
No wonder you sound sick.
Then we getting close to the door, and they're like, "We're out of they're out of flags." And I'm like, and I'm standing in line, and I'm counting. I'm trying to do the math, and I'm like, I've got to be getting a flag. There's just the math that wasn't adding up. Plus, I was watching people come out. And I get out, I'm like, they were giving other stuff away, too. You know, they had sunglasses and pens and koozies. And I'm like,
It was worth the wait.
I'll go in and get free stuff. You know, I'm here. And then while I'm in there trying to look at free stuff, we found more flags. Bam! Yes. I got flag 106 of 106.
There you go.
Which is a yellow flag. So it says that it comes with a certificate of authenticity from the Speedway. And when it was flown in turn 1. And it's signed by the president of the Speedway, the certificate of authenticity. So I'm debating on hanging it like you've got your flag over there.
Yeah.
Or if I want to put it in a frame.
I say frame it.
And I'll put the frame up and put it with the certificate of authenticity.
Yeah, do it. They got something for that at Hobby Lobby.
Do they have... Yeah, the shadow box.
Yeah.
But you have to fold them up and make them look pretty.
No, but you can get like a thing. They probably have one big enough to display the entire flag.
That's what I was thinking.
Because you can probably get like they have for jerseys.
Right.
You can just get a jersey case and throw it in there.
But
Because they have the exact thing.
You go there and they had They were giving away these free little whiskey shots. I got one. I haven't drank it yet, but it's apple whiskey. They were giving them away. They were giving free chocolate, like gourmet chocolate was free given away. They had free pizza from Donato's, cheese or pepperoni, and you could get all the free soda pop and bottled water that you want. Mm-hmm. And they had beer and wine, but close to the end of the party, they were giving away free pizzas, like whole pizzas of Donato's. So I got free cheese pizza, and I just bought some pepperoni at the store yesterday. So I had to put it on my cheese pizza and put it in the oven. So I had free. So that fed me dinner last night, and it'll feed me again at night.
I'm going to say, Mikey, be careful if her ears are bothering her.
And I did meet the Speedway president.
Yeah.
I got my picture taken with him.
I saw that.
He loved my shirt because I wore my Michael Andretti 1991 IndyCar champion shirt.
Yeah.
That shirt's 31 years old.
Jeez. You took it out?
Yeah. I'm going retro this year. I'm going to wear all my old racing shirts from the 90s that I can fit into. That shirt was big when I bought it because it was an extra large and I was like 140 pounds.
I really want to go to the 500 one year. I live in Indiana. I'm born and raised in Indiana. I should go to the 500.
Go to the Grand Prix. We sit and we get. They'll be open. Everything's wide open. They're having Snake Pit this year.
Real.
Dead Mouse is going to be there.
He's overrated. I'm going to be honest. Dead Mouse is overrated anymore.
And some other guy and a bunch of other people. He's the only one I ever heard of. But they're not letting coolers in. People are making a big deal. They're not letting coolers into the Snake Pit. Oh. But I can understand that
because the Snake Pit gets rowdy.
People are drunk and high on all kinds of drugs, and the cooler's just something else for them to step on and hurt themselves in. So, but they're going full force, everything. So you should come to the Grand Prix this year. We sit in the infield section. Okay. Bring your folding chair.
I ought to go steal it from my parents' house, but
I take one. I get there early so I can get in line, so I can get up on top of the hill. In turn one.
I never knew about the Snake Pit until Pat went there one year and live streamed it. That was nuts.
Well, you have to have a general admission ticket to get into the track. Then you have to have a separate Snake Pit ticket. So you have to buy 2 tickets to get into the Snake Pit. But then they're hoping that it's like this. The reason that they brought the Snake Pit back is they're hoping eventually as those kids get older that they'll go, this is cool, we're at a racetrack, let's go to the race, let's buy tickets. And it works. I think it worked when they used to have the Snake Pit in the first place. Those people, those kids grow up and get older and they start buying race tickets. So,
now, is that Snake Pit party? Is it does it go on as the races go on?
Yes. Okay. Whenever as soon as the race, it starts before the race starts.
Yeah.
And when they're doing it's funny because when they do the national anthem and all that stuff, that music shuts down.
Oh yeah.
And they do the whole everything. I think they do taps but if you're over in 3, when we sat in 3 and they first started the Snake Pit up, you could hear all you hear is doof, doof, doof. That's all you hear. We're over in turn 2 now. We can't hear anything, but you see they got fireworks and you can see stuff going on during the race, and the place is it's funny because you see people walking in.
Are there going to be 0 COVID restrictions at the 500 this year? Or are there still going to be hey, we suggest wearing a mask?
That's all they're doing. They suggested wearing a mask the other night. And the drivers didn't have them on. Doug Bowles didn't have it on. Nobody had them on.
You probably had anywhere else, you have the 1 or 2 people that wear a mask.
Yes.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. No, it's wide open. He said, and it's funny, he said we sold tickets for 135,000 seats last year. But we had more than, probably more than 150,000 here on race day, which they did. So we knew they cheated.
Yeah.
And I think everybody knew they cheated based on what you could see on TV. But it's wide open. Their theme is back home again, and it's back to we're going at it full bore. I mean, Daytona's maxed. Mm-hmm.
That's NASCAR. So
but it's there. Last year they didn't have.
Yeah, well,
they had a lot of restrictions too. So
NASCAR in Florida, there's nothing.
Well, there ain't a lot of restrictions left here either.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So I got free food out of it. Got a free flag.
And a cold.
I didn't get a cold.
You sound like you did. Anyways, let's talk about the main. I don't want to say main topic of it, but So Mikey texted us saying he's going to go see the Uncharted movie, which I had no idea was out.
How did you not know that? I knew it was out.
Because
I knew it was coming out soon. I had no idea like the certain day.
Yeah.
I was planning to watch Jackass, and then I was like, oh, this is out. All right.
So next week, well, I don't know about next week because I think I'm going to Cincinnati next week, but I'll let you guys know on that. Anyways, I want to talk about games that need movies or shows. So like The Witcher has got its show. We're getting the Halo show. Uncharted finally got its thing. What game or games do you think need or should have a show or a movie? Since I had time to think about this, I kind of just dropped it on you guys. I'll start. I think The Last of Us, I guess they are getting a show, but I always thought Last of Us needed something. If you guys don't know what The Last of Us is, it's kind of post-apocalypse, right. Zombies, or they're not really zombies, but they're infected with a fungus.
Right.
And basically they're surviving. They're trying to get... This one girl is immune, so they're trying to find a way to spread it, but to find that, they had to kill her, and they decide not to.
So video games that became movies.
Video games that need movies or TV shows.
Okay. I don't know, because a lot of them aren't that... They're not that good. The movies.
It's hard to find... There's not a lot of video games get movies. The movies suck because they don't... Yeah. They Hollywood it up. If they kept with the original story, like Doom, I thought the first Doom movie sucked.
But with The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you guys seen the Doom movie on Netflix? Doom Eternal, I think it's called. It's actually really good because it follows the game pretty closely. Yeah, it's Netflixed up a little bit. The main character is a female instead of a male, but I don't care.
What's the best one? Resident Evil, probably?
Resident Evil doesn't even really follow the movies any. Or
the first one.
The first one did.
Yes.
And the latest movie did. The latest movie sucked, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
The first one, I liked the first one. And I thought it followed... I played the game first. Yeah. Obviously, before. But
I think right now, if you want to see the perfect melding from video game to book or movie, might be The Witcher. Would probably be the star right now. Other than that, it would probably be Resident Evil. Would be the best example of that. I've always thought Gears of War needs a movie.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed tried it, but they changed.
I've been thinking about that.
It needs another shot.
It needs I would say a TV series format.
Yeah. Do a miniseries of the first movie or the first game, then a miniseries, like a season or two for each.
They don't have to do that. They don't have to follow those. I mean, there's so many eras they could still do.
Yeah.
Even though they've done so many.
Well, the first movie tried the Spanish Inquisition or the Spanish Reconquista, and it did. I thought the movie was good. It wasn't good at the same time. I liked all the parts in the past.
It's hard to adapt that kind of technology, I guess, into a movie.
Yeah.
And make it seem entertaining, I guess. But
now, hear me out. I think Call of Duty, like Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3, the Modern Warfare story, I think deserves a movie. I think it's really good.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many war movies. I mean.
Yeah, I know. It would be hard. Yeah. But I think Call of Duty, has always deserved a movie just for the Modern Warfare series. Or even the Black Ops series was a really good
the World War II series, shoot.
It could.
With all the CGI, I think if they could probably do some type of live action Mario.
Like actually a good one?
Yeah.
Because the original.
They always have Bowser.
Yeah.
I thought they were doing that anyway.
Yoshi.
They are doing one.
It's
got Chris Pratt.
Oh, they're doing. They are, aren't they?
See, what I would like to see, since it's a video game.
Yeah,
based...
Chris Pratt is Mario.
Okay. All right.
It's a video game based off of a movie that could be based off of a video game, but I wouldn't be against the Star Wars Squadrons video movie, like a series.
Did you play Squadrons?
I did, and I thought it was kind of boring.
But
I like the way that you could go from ship to ship to ship.
Yeah.
And I think it would be really cool to have, you got those guys in like The Mandalorian and Boba Fett that sit out there and patrol. Have those guys like a fighting squadron, and what they fight against. I mean, they were fighting against the Empire, not just in Star Wars. But through the whole Star Wars canon, why not do something based on that? I think that would be really cool. You got a band of heroes that are pilots, kind of like a Top Gun kind of thing.
That would be cool, like a Top Gun.
Yeah, I think it would be really cool. So base it off of Star Wars Squadrons. I would like to see that as a even do like a Disney series.
Yeah,
an 8-part series. Don't add the stupid Mandalorian in it for two episodes. Or
you can introduce it as like the two cops or the two guys in the X-wing.
Right.
Introduce them that way.
Well,
but instead of following Mandalorian somewhere, follow them. Then.
You had Biggs and Wedge.
Yeah.
From the first, one of them died. Which one died? Wedge.
Biggs.
Wedge
was
all the way through it. Yeah.
Wedge was the captain in Squadrons.
So why not continue that? That would be awesome. Let's get creative here.
Yeah.
Because Silent Hill sucked. I'm sorry, I didn't like it. It was boring.
The movies?
Yes.
Yeah, they weren't that good.
I played Tomb Raider. I liked it up until the point where she was getting all this help from all these outside sources because that's not what.
Did you ever watch?
She did.
So I actually got it over there in a 4K DVD of it. The newest one.
I haven't seen the newest.
Where it's based off the games you like. The newer.
I watched the Angelina Jolie ones.
The Tomb Raider one?
Yeah, the newer Tomb Raider. It's based off the newer Tomb Raider, which is a more real. I don't want to say realistic, but it's not.
Video gamey.
Yeah, it's not video game. It's more.
Yeah, the Angelina Jolie were video gamey.
Yeah, this one's more based in reality, and it wasn't that good because it didn't have a good. They didn't promote it that well. It seems like a lot of video game movies that fail aren't promoted well. Like they just expect us gamers to go see it because it's there. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just like if it wasn't.
Well, I didn't see Resident Evil at the theater. I saw it on video. I rented it.
That's how I saw all the Resident Evils except for like the last couple. That's how I saw them because I didn't know they. I rented them at video.
I saw Tomb Raider because I was excited about it, and then I got disappointed because
my dad was excited about it too.
It just didn't live up to the video games
thought they
that
were
I remember
good.
playing.
I never played the video games that much. So
that's the difference. It's like going to a movie that's based on a book that you've read the book, and they change a bunch of shit around in the movie that was never in the book, and you're mad because you read the book first.
Yeah.
And I didn't read the book, so I'm going to be like, well, I like the movie, so.
Looking right over there, all my Game of Thrones books, I'm happy I watched the Game of Thrones show before I read those books.
Really?
Yeah, because the books, there's so many more characters. You read some of the books too, right?
Yeah, I went to about maybe half of it.
Yeah.
half of the books.
Half of the books.
Stopped like at 3.
And would you have rather read the books first or watch the show first?
I'd probably watch the show first. That way, I get kind of like an image of the environment and the people, and you kind of build on that a little bit as you're
in the book. When they say Jon Snow, you see Kit Harington in your head, not some random
that is
guy.
True. You see, I agree with that.
When they're describing certain places, like, oh, I know where this is at, and the location, and kind of, I guess, the surrounding area. That way you're not completely maybe lost. Like you said, there's so much going on, and it's well, you want to build on something, so.
But I don't play a lot of video games, so this is kind of out of my realm of. I just base it off of what I've seen, movie wise, and I didn't like it, and I got to be like, the game's got to be better than this, and usually that's the fact.
Yeah.
But
also part of why the games are better is you're the one pushing the story forward.
Right.
You're the protagonist or the antagonist in the game.
Right.
In this, you're watching it.
It's kind of I kind of liken it to books. I read The Black Stallion before I saw the movie, and while the movie's good, the book's better. Yeah. It's like anything that's based off of something. Usually,
the books I would agree for Game of Thrones are better than the show, but the show is really good still.
Now, if you're doing movies based off of TV shows, like when they did Miami Vice, what a piece of crap that was.
That usually sucks.
The movie was horrible.
I always forget about Miami Vice.
With what's his name, and Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
He was the bad guy in Daredevil. Colin
Farrell.
Colin Farrell. I love Colin Farrell. I think he's a great actor, but it was terrible. Mm-hmm. but the TV show was so much better. So I'm leery of movies that are TV shows. I'm leery of movies that
Firefly and Serenity. Serenity was so much better than Firefly. I know it's heresy as a nerd to say Firefly sucked, but Firefly sucked and deserved to be canceled.
Oh, you're gonna start a fight.
Well, no one responds.
You're gonna get beat up at Comic-Con.
I will get beat up. I will proudly wear a shirt that says Firefly was not as good as everyone says it was. But Serenity, the movie, was really good. I know it's heresy, but I'll go down.
Now, I think they've done that before, where they've done they've done TV movies off of TV shows.
Yeah,
and the TV movies were a lot better than what the TV show would have been.
Well, Stargate, all the movies on Stargate were really good.
I enjoyed that first Stargate.
Yeah.
That TV show was. I never saw the TV show, but it lasted.
The SG-1 was 10 seasons.
Wow.
Atlantis was 5 seasons, and Universe was 2 seasons. But Universe, there's a lot of reasons why Universe got canceled. One, it was costing like $5 million an episode. They tried to make it darker and grittier.
Wow. And
the thing was, SG-1 and Universe and Atlantis was they were fun. They were, let's look at the bright side of everything. And Universe was kind of dark and dim and blah blah blah. And it just wasn't.
Stargate had to be good. It had Kurt Russell and James Spader.
But not the show.
No.
The show had MacGyver himself.
Yeah, it did have MacGyver in it. Richard Dean
Anderson. And Amanda Tapping and Tim is going to get mad at me. Michael Shanks. And then who was Teal'c? I can't remember. Christopher something. I can't remember his last name. What's his name? Christopher Judge, who played Kratos, which I think God of War would be a good show. Yeah. Which is what is one of the shows rumored that
The Rock.
The Rock was talking about.
I thought they
which one?
Established what it was.
Did they?
I thought it was.
Did they talk? Did they
it was gonna be,
announce that?
Call of Duty or something.
I don't think they've said what it is.
I know it's not gonna be Gears of War.
No.
What was it? I know I went down some type of thread or something that they kind of really hammered it down.
Spy Hunter. They're actually going to make it. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I can't.
This probably has similar anime.
Here it is. It's reportedly going to be Call of Duty. Yeah. Someone leaked it, apparently.
Oh, there you go. There's your Call of Duty there.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
I thought of a couple. One's kind of like it'd be just kind of like a meme. Like do like an Among Us type movie, like a mystery type thing.
Instead of Murder on the Orient Express or Murder on the Nile, Murder on the
Death on the Nile.
Death on the Nile. It'd be Death on whatever the ship was named in Among Us.
So I don't know. They'd probably do that.
Now if you're talking games if you're talking games to movies, you cannot leave out Clue, which was the original game to movie.
That,
I forgot about that.
So there you go.
So, what about movies that would make good video games, or board games, or something?
Okay, well I've played Scarface, which was awesome.
The Scarface game was awesome.
It was so much because you could like cut people up with a chainsaw.
Did you ever play the Godfather game?
Yes, that game was so good.
Oh, that was such an underrated game.
It was so good because you start out as just a low level person and you can work your way up.
And then you become the Don and you start making your empire.
Yeah,
you start like racketeering and stuff.
You can choose, like, you can decide if you want to bomb somebody and like hit them in the middle of the night with a bomb, or that might cause problems. So you may not want to do it just then yet. But if they keep trying to creep in on your territory, then you got to go and bomb their area. Yeah, the Godfather game was really good. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed those a lot. Star Wars has had some good ones.
Star Wars has had so many video games, if you think about it. A lot of them have been really good. A lot of them have been really bad. I think of like the Battlefront.
I don't know. Is the Jurassic Park games, are they any good?
So the one I play on my phone, I don't play that much anymore, but I used to play a ton of it. Jurassic World Alive, which is like Pokemon Go, really good.
Really?
I think it's better than Pokemon Go, honestly. But then Jurassic World Evolution, the first one was bad, where you're making like a Jurassic Park It's just
that's
it's
like,
like
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
It's like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but with Jurassic
See, that
Park.
sounds fun.
It was really bad to begin with, but they updated it and made it better. It had a lot of issues.
Oh,
the
okay.
second one just came out, and I've heard it's really good. And
that's really cool.
I thought about buying it, but I don't want to pay $60 for it.
I would enjoy something like that. That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I choose that because I just saw the trailer. And
but then there's
that's a franchise movie.
The Jurassic Park arcade game.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun.
It was hard, but it was fun.
Well, Star Wars had an arcade game, too, where you sat in.
It was so much fun.
And you were in an X-Wing fighter, and you could go down in the...
And then you could play a snow speeder and
wrap
up...
that was cool.
Oh, they actually put it on the Nintendo 64, I think. Or
did they?
It actually came to one of the consoles.
I had Pod Racer on the N64.
Oh, that was a fun game. That was the best... That was the best video game, one of the best games off of a movie.
That one, Pod Racer? I enjoyed Pod Racer.
No, but one of the best video games ever that should... So, like you said, it's a movie that's made a video game that should be a movie was The Old Republic. That is such a good video game. You play... It really came out with one of the... Darth Revan, one of the best... people in Star Wars, in my opinion. He was a Jedi who turned to the dark side, who turned back to the light.
Oh, wow.
Here, I'll show you a picture of him. I wanted to cosplay him, but it'd be a lot. Here. He stopped the Mandalorian Wars. He wears the Mandalorian helmet.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And they're talking like he might come back in The Mandalorian because that helmet is one of the things you need to lead Mandalore. So, and they're talking that Keanu might play him.
Ooh, Keanu. Ooh, I can't believe you didn't watch a Peacemaker. Speaking of Mandalorian, was so good. You're talking about the helmet. I was thinking about.
I haven't had time to watch Peacemaker.
Have you seen it? The season finale of Peacemaker.
No, I was gonna watch it yesterday, but I turned on Righteous Gemstones instead.
Is that any good?
I like the first season. The second season's a little bit iffy, but the first season's hilarious.
I'm still stuck on Ozark. Speaking of Ozark, real quick. So Jason Bateman won Best Director Emmy, right? For Ozark, for one of his episodes.
He did?
Yes. And Best Supporting Actress one year went to Julia Garner, which is much deserved. Because she plays Ruthie, who's this mouthy little girl. So Jason Bateman, this is how good it is. He beat out episodes from Game of Thrones. And won Best Director. And I watched him win the award, and he was shocked that he even won. Because I think he didn't think he was going to do it. When Julia Garner won her Emmy, she beat out Lena Headey, Aria, what's her name? Whatever.
I can't think of her name.
Maisie Williams.
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner, and Brianna Tarth.
They were all
of those were nominated, all from Game of Thrones, and she beat out all of them for Best Supporting Actress.
When was
which
that?
I can
Could
see
it have
that.
been when the Game of Thrones...
it had to have been within the Game of Thrones' last 2 seasons.
When the Game of Thrones... what's what I'm looking for? When they got tired of Game of Thrones, finally. Winning all the awards.
That's a lot that's a lot of people to beat, though, from one show.
Fatigue. Game of Thrones fatigue was a real thing.
But I thought
I can see that, because, I would think, there's some moments, but it's almost like when I look back at Game of Thrones as acting, it was a little flat. There wasn't much high-low moments. Like
Ruthie does, Julia Garner does.
Oh, yeah.
And that's she doesn't talk that way.
Especially in the most recent season,
her accent is...
It's everywhere.
She says she talks like that all the time just so she can... She's afraid she's going to lose it when she's on set. So she talks like that on set all the time. I saw an interview with her, but... she's in a new, a mini-series on
I saw that,
Netflix that I want to start watching, but now that Peacemaker's over, I might be able to start watching it. It's based on a true story, I think, ain't it? It is. It's based on a true story.
And there's
Inventing Anna.
Yeah. And there's
Anna Delvey.
A voiceover thing for her in the most recent Ozark season. If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to fucking kill me.
I don't know
the way she yells it.
I don't know. What is it? I don't know shit about fuck. Is that what she says all the time?
No. Oh yeah.
You can buy that on a cup, like on a mug, like a coffee mug. But I was kind of impressed that they got those awards during those Game of Thrones eras. That shows you how good that show was.
Oh yeah.
Even against something like Game of Thrones. And speaking of shitty movies that should have never been made, I watched the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre yesterday.
Oh god, I didn't even know that was out.
It's called a quote unquote sequel to the original, which is kind of like a Halloween thing. The lone survivor comes back to, wants to find Leatherface and kill him, and the kills are good. Like the way he kills people is awesome because he takes this one guy's arm, right? He breaks his hand, pushes it backward, and breaks his hand, and it's a compound fracture. So the bone comes shooting out of his arm, right? And it's sticking out of his arm. So he turns the guy's arm around, and he starts stabbing him with his own broken bone.
What is this, Halloween?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
It's freaking awesome.
Like the kills of Halloween.
Yeah,
Awesome, but the story was
the story sucked. This is exactly the same way. If you want to
Evil
watch
dies tonight.
if you want to watch it for some like awesome kills, this movie's got it going on. But for other than that, I mean, maybe we're too spoiled by wanting to watch a good quality movie that you forget of the cheesiness. Because the first one wasn't that spectacular anyway.
We watch cheesy, dumb movies all the time. I think they're awesome, but then a cheesy, dumb movie comes out.
Yeah, you don't because you don't want it. You don't expect it to be cheesy. So, cheesy, dumb movie wise, watch it because the kills are spectacular. That's the thing it's got going for it. It's on Netflix. It just came out. It just came out Thursday.
I thought it was like the old one.
No, it is a remake. The only one who survives comes after Leatherface exposes himself and she comes after him. So it's kind of a Laurie Strode kind of deal, but the kills are pretty creative. The whole breaking the arm and then using his broken bone to stab him to death was pretty creative in my opinion. I give that a 10 of the kill meter. That's a 10 on the kill meter chart for sure. So
they honestly need to step up the horror movie game. There hasn't been a lot lately.
Scream wasn't bad. It wasn't great.
That's been the problem with a lot of horror movies. They've been okay. They haven't been great though. There hasn't been a great one
since they rebooted
the original reboot for Halloween.
Yeah,
that was Jordan Peele one. Would that be considered horror?
Get Out was good.
Yeah, I think it was more psychological.
Yeah, more suspense.
His other one was good.
The first Conjuring was good.
Yeah, the problem is there's been too many of them now, in my opinion.
There's a lot of those stories.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a whole canon when you use the whole Warrens.
Yeah,
the one that was on was it on Netflix or was it on HBO? That I saw about the guy who said the devil made him murder. It was called The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It. That's a good one, actually.
Yeah. I watched that.
Yeah, that's a good one. But I think we're past the... I think violence in movies is so graphic nowadays that nothing... You're immune to it, so nothing scares you like it used to.
I've seen it enough. Desensitized?
Yeah, I think you're decent. I mean, unless they made another movie as realistic as, say, like when it says based on a true story, that's when it can get scary. Like The Strangers. I mean, that movie's creepy. Because, I mean, can you imagine sitting at home alone at night out of nowhere and somebody knocks on your door and you're like, why you do this? Because you were home. That's it. Only reason. I mean, that's scary. Unless they do like something with The Exorcist. You know, people are possessed by the devil all the time. That shit's real. So, I think you're gonna have to go there, because now it's just like I said. It's the creative kills now.
Yeah.
That makes you go, ow! It's not the scare. It's the creative kills. It's got to be something.
Well, like I said a couple weeks ago, I'm waiting for the next good zombie movie, like the next Dawn of the Dead or the next World War Z. I want another good one like that.
Well, what is it? The Black Phone?
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, that they've delayed that though, didn't they? Yeah, they delayed.
Yeah, it got delayed for some reason.
It got delayed again.
I think they had a COVID issue on there.
No, it was delayed. It was supposed to be delayed in February. I think they avoided. They avoided. I think they were trying to avoid Jackass and Uncharted, and now Batman's coming out soon. So I think they pushed it back.
They're trying to avoid the blockbusters, the ones that you think or know are
now. There is a new horror movie coming out this weekend. I will be in theaters. It's called Studio 666, starring Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters. They made it during the pandemic. And what it is they go to this house to record an album, and Dave Grohl gets possessed by a spirit, and he just starts killing people.
What is this? Zach Bagans?
It's like, I think it's a comedy horror, but it's called. I'm excited to see it. I saw the trailer.
It's definitely comedy horror.
Yeah,
it looks awesome though. But let me look it up real quick on IMDb. But yeah, Studio 666. Legendary rock band Foo Fighters move into an Encino mansion steeped in grisly rock and roll history to record their much-anticipated 10th album. And, once inside the house, Dave Grohl finds himself grappling with supernatural forces that threaten both the completion of the album and the lives of the band. I mean, it sounds fun. Yeah, comedy horror music is what it is. So, yeah.
What a combo.
I'm in there like swimwear. I mean, I'm definitely... I like Foo Fighters anyway, so...
I'd like to see, speaking of horror, and maybe comedy a little bit, I'd like to see them do another Scooby-Doo thing, but make it a little more serious.
Scoob
like
was
a
really
dark
good.
Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Scoob was really good. The cartoon? Did you see that? The only thing was they didn't have Matthew Lillard do the voice of Shaggy.
Which was
People
an atrocity.
Were pissed. And he was pissed about it, but so were all the fans.
That's why I didn't do that good. A lot of people boycotted it.
Because I watched it on HBO.
But still, you have the guy who's been Scooby's voice, or is you just picture, not Scooby, as Shaggy.
Did you ever see the video of people, little kids are scared to meet him because they don't know who he is, and he starts doing the Shaggy voice, and they just open right up?
Yeah. He looks like Shaggy.
He's Shaggy.
From the original cartoons, he looks like
I always picked him as Stu from Scream, but... I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff, though. He's a versatile actor, really is.
Yeah, he's never been the big actor, but he's always in stuff.
There's nothing wrong with being a supporting actor.
No, there's nothing wrong. That's the way.
That's a steady income. That's a steady income. Is exactly what it was. I remember one time it was the early '90s. The busiest actor in Hollywood at that time was the dude from Police Academy, Steve Guttenberg. He was making more movies than anybody.
Yeah.
And he's just supporting role. He just enjoyed making movies. He enjoyed being on the set. And so he just made a slew of movies, good or bad. Who cares? You're getting paid. That's all that matters.
Well, it's like, oh my God, I'm going to hate myself. I can't think of his name. What's his face from Die Hard?
Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis is in everything right now.
Can't think of Bruce Willis.
Well, he was an A-list actor, and now I feel like he's a B-list actor because he just takes... Someone gives him a movie script. He's like, bet. I don't even need to read it. Give it to me.
Happened to John Travolta.
I'll improv this whole shit.
Yeah.
It happened to John Travolta. That's exactly what happened to John Travolta in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. He made Saturday Night Fever, Grease. He made another movie called Blowout, which was really good, and it's one of his most underrated movies ever. He plays a sound man, and he's out gathering sounds in this park, and there's a politician, the tire blows out in his car and it goes into a river or something, kills him, or it's an assassination attempt or something, and he's got the audio of whether it was a blowout, like the tire blew out, or if somebody shot the tire out. So all of wacky hijinks ensues. But he did that. He did Urban Cowboy, and then disappeared. He shows up and Look Who's Talking, right? Yeah. And he was nothing. He did those Look Who's Talking movies in the late '80s. Nobody was talking about John Travolta. He couldn't get a role. Tarantino puts him in Pulp Fiction. Yeah. Boom, he starts to get 20 mil a picture again. Now he's kind of on the downside again, but I think he's okay. He
still has a lot of good roles.
Yes, and I just think actors do that with the ebb and flow of the popularity.
Yeah.
And you got to find out what your niche is now.
Yeah.
I mean.
Did you ever see his From Paris with Love movie?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Great movie.
Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3 was good. But yeah, not everybody can be, Paul Newman and Robert Redford and just keep making movies. Keep making Tom Hanks. Actually, he's the guy now where they can just, as they get older, they're still making good movies.
they changed their role. They accepted that now they're the old guy in the
right.
movie.
And you can't be afraid to expand yourself. But
anyways,
some actors take roles because they've got to have insurance.
well, yeah, that's
And
they signed a contract where they had to make 5 films
Right.
with this studio.
And I've heard what's his name? Ian Ziering, when he did Sharknado,
Yeah,
he did that because he needed his insurance from SAG.
yeah.
That's the reason he made that movie. That's the only reason he made that movie. He
Insurance,
didn't know it was going to be a cult classic.
contracts, whatever.
But I've heard him say that. I've heard Mila Kunis say that, why'd you make that movie? It was terrible. I have a family. I need my health insurance. So I have to make movies to stay busy to keep my insurance active.
They can't make a movie once every few years and keep their insurance.
Right.
You gotta take the good ones with the bad ones.
Right. So they just put out whatever they think is best at the time, just for a paycheck. And I don't blame
She's
them.
still on Family Guy. They don't use her that much because she costs so much, but
Right.
she'll have the 1 or 2 voice lines every episode and keeps her insurance going.
Keep you busy. I guess. I mean, I wish I could. That'd be a great gig, right? If all you do is go and act.
Go do a voice acting line once every couple weeks.
I wouldn't mind being an actor and actress. I mean, you're only gone 2 months out of the year. You don't have to work for another year, probably.
When we sat in on Sean Schimmel's panel at Comic-Con,
Yeah.
he said, I used to do voice acting every 6 days a week or 7 days a week, and I was like, well, I do about 4 days a week just to keep active, Plus the rest of his voice since he does so much yelling and screaming.
Oh, that too. So.
Does anybody else have a shower thought?
I do.
Go.
You do?
Yeah, I was on TikTok and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Captain Hook is the good guy in Peter Pan. I was like, it made sense. If you think about it. All right, here, I'll lay it out. This
Go ahead. I'm all about, how I am about Daniel
Yeah.
LaRusso being a bad guy in Karate Kid.
So he's only going after Peter Pan, right? You're not going after any of the Lost Boys, you'd say. Because he wants to stop Peter Pan from kidnapping these kids.
Oh.
So he's trying to stop Peter Pan.
And he is mad because his
kids.
crocodile ate his hand, too.
Oh,
That was Peter Pan's
That's
fault,
just the nature of crocodiles.
But that was Peter Pan's fault.
Well, he shouldn't have hit the golf ball into his mouth.
That's the wrong movie.
Oh, my bad.
I thought that was interesting.
It is very
You know
interesting.
what? It's like,
I can see it. He's kidnapping kids as a kid.
Does anybody ever hear, whenever they hear Shmi from episode 1 and 2, that always takes me back to Shmi from Peter Pan. I never think of being Anakin's mom. It's always
I think of Anakin's mom.
I never think. I think of Shmi from Peter Pan.
That's a good name, though.
I got one for you guys. The fancier the kitchen is, the harder it is to find the trash can.
That's true. Yeah, because people, don't put out.
Like mine sitting right there on the side.
Mine's on the side
But then
too.
you go to my parents' house and you're like, okay, which one of these drawers has the trash can?
Is it in the pantry? Is it is it under the sink?
You got to pull a drawer out.
You have to pull a drawer out. Yeah, the whole drawer is a trash can. Yeah, that's very, very true.
It's in the next room. It's in the laundry room. Go around.
Yeah.
We don't even keep it in the kitchen.
Anyways, you can get a hold of us at Pod Nerds on Twitter, Facebook, Who's Your Nerds Podcast. You can listen to us at YouTube, Spotify.
Which we have 107 followers.
I know we got some more too.
I know.
Spotify, YouTube, TuneIn Radio, podcast or iTunes podcast, Spotify. I got it all.
You got it all. You know that tweet last year that somebody sent us about our 9 followers on YouTube didn't age very well.
Yeah, we got up 100. If they want to tweet us again,
please tweet us again about our 107.
I don't. It's still. I don't care.
I don't either.
I just do it for fun.
It's a labor of love.
Yeah. Anyways, you'll never guess whose your nerds are because it's us.
It's us.